So we got the picks in.
Yeah, the card draw is in.
Yeah.
Would you want to do it? I've been doing the honors most of the time. I'll let you do the reading this time.
You bring the hype. I just love it.
I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about this. Okay. Oh, I'm going to love this one. All right, so Papasito S20. Everybody loves some Papasito, right? So we're about to get some hype in here. Witch Doctor D22. Witch Doctor D22, Zero Represent, one of my favorite songs in the game. Absolutely love it.
We were talking yesterday about how much you love the BGA. You're going to get to watch it 4 times.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. And then the Reverie D22. So we've got some really, really spicy charts coming up.
I am not super familiar with the Reverie D22. I'll be honest. I love the S21. It's one of my faves, but I'm not super familiar with the D22, so I'm excited to see that. Witch Doctor D22 is... It's a nightmare, literally and figuratively. And Papasito S20 is a weird one, a very tricky and strange chart to see pop up this late in a tournament. I'm curious to see how these players will be able to set themselves apart on it, because I think it's a song that I would guess all 4 of these players are capable of getting like very, very low break counts if just PFC's on.
100%.
But a tournament is always a little different than doing it at home on your own. So we'll see. I'm really excited though. Regardless, I can't wait to see how all 4 of them are able to handle this.
So we're going to see some amazing pump here in a second. So let's get this going.
Yeah, Papasito early XX edition has some very skippy charts. It's an electro swing song, vocal electro swing song. Here we go. Eggplant and Mr. Dread starting us off.
Eggplant, definitely the fan favorite right now to pull it through. My dark horse pick.
Mr. Dread is my fan favorite because he's tall and he's old, so I see myself in him. But
so we're gonna see. Again, both players are warming up. They're getting. Oh no, they're not warming up anymore. This is live.
This is it.
This is live.
Eggplant with an early miss. I didn't see what caused it or what kind of arrow was on.
Yeah.
But right now, Mr. Dread full comboing. But as we've seen all weekend, it's not about how deep you can combo. It's about how many perfects you can get, how few misses you can get, how few bads you can get. The combo is no longer nearly as important. Eggplant knows this, and I don't think she's going to let her early slip-up worry her. I think she's going to do great.
No, she's not letting it phase her at all.
Yeah, right now,
she is locked in. She has been the whole time. But Dread knows what he has to do to pull this one out.
Yes.
Look at those clean crosses and staircases. They are just neck and neck right now, Mike.
This is a very, very foot switch skip heavy chart. It's very easy to slip up and get greats due to being slightly too quick.
Oh yeah.
It's a very jerky chart, so while it's not all that fast, it's pretty tiring.
Yeah, Eggplant got another.
Eggplant with another non-combo judgment, but still doing very, very well.
But look at how clean Dread is hitting that into the 800 combo. But Eggplant's not phased. She's going to keep going.
A slight error from Dread in the tower, but both players doing great. Ooh, Dread having a few greats there in a section that's a little bit slower.
Yep. Oh, look at that. Great performance by both.
Not a bad run for either of them.
Slight mishaps in the end.
I would guess from the way they're both emoting after the song that they're a little disappointed, which is telling because they both got 990Ks, which is a really good score.
6001 to 7023. Again, every step counts, right?
Yep. 4.2K difference between the players over a matter of 5-6 steps,
which Eggplant can make up.
Yeah, absolutely.
She can absolutely make that up.
I think that Dread is a little disappointed in his performance, which just tells you how high his expectations of himself are.
Absolutely.
For most people, if you get 6 greats and a good or whatever and a miss on a 20, you're pretty happy. But for him in this tournament setting with a high pressure, he still is not satisfied because he's just that.
But I think that every time that there's a misstep, right? Every time there's a misstep, especially for players at this level, they are going to question, what did I do wrong and how can I do it better in the future?
Oh, for sure.
This is where that level of expectation is so high. They want that high level. They want to represent themselves in the best possible manner at these tournaments. And it's difficult to do. When you have the missteps, you have to be mentally prepared to undertake, hey, I don't care. I'm going to brush that off like water off the back. It's just going to roll off, and I'm going to keep going.
I think that tournament focus is a skill that you have to hone by going to lots and lots and lots of big events.
Nothing beats tournament experience for that.
I know Eggplant has gone to quite a few events this year. I saw Dread at Storm, but that's the only event that I've seen him at this year, and I have not seen him at an event in a very, very, very long time. I only met him this year, even though he's been around forever. So while Dread is an amazing player, I don't know, and this is not to besmirch him because he's a great tournament player.
Sure.
But I do wonder how much he has played in this kind of setting,
right,
where he'll just kind of gets up, plays 1 or 2 songs, and then sits down.
But then you also have the nerves of everything. Yeah,
we'll
the mental discipline to pull that off, right? And we're seeing it on display right now on S.Dot.
Yes.
Oh, S22. This is such a good chart.
So Witch Doctor D22 is an old chart.
Thank you for correcting.
Yeah, Witch Doctor D22 is an old chart. It involves flying back and forth a whole bunch. And Eggplant is a very, 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 very good doubles
player. We're coming into the stops.
There's no stops anymore. They're gone.
Oh, no.
And this is what I was about to say. Eggplant is an incredibly good doubles player, but I know she's a much newer player, and I know that she does not play a lot of older stuff. Right. I've been told this by a secret source. And so I wonder.
Look at her. Look at her still keeping it. That is
absolutely
part of the most difficult part of this chart, right? That right there. Now, we've got the runs coming up. Quick break here. Let's see how she handles them.
This is a very tiring section.
It is. It's so exhausting. But look at her just gritting it out right now.
I have to wonder how many times she has ever even played this chart in her life. She is doing incredibly well. But I wonder if she's ever seen this in her life.
And this is nowhere near the easiest S22 or D22.
No, this is brutal.
One of the hardest.
This is brutal chart. I don't have this one. It's brutal.
Doing really well in life, just gutting it out. Gutsy performance.
Very, very cleanly.
Very,
very solid score. That chart is extraordinarily hard. It is one of the toughest 22s to stage clear, in my opinion.
930K.
There is a really, really, really high density of difficult streams that go back and forth across the pads, and it is so hard to get through those sections.
And you got to remember, Eggplant has been fighting through these pools, right? But you can tell it. You can see right now, she's catching her breath. She's taking a quick moment for herself, recomposing, getting back out there, right? She's not going to let any of this face her or bother her. She's going to rise up again on this next song. So
I do think it's important to note that, like, when you're in a situation like she is, or like any of these players are really, there is an element of self-preservation that you also have to acknowledge. With these players right now, they are, if my understanding of the rules is correct, they all have a shot after this round to play again and possibly make it to the top 4. So when you are faced with an overwhelming challenge and you recognize that it's taking a lot out of you, there's an element of, do I slow down? And do I say, okay, maybe I'll save it for another battle?
Right. Do I go into redemption fresher? Or do I leave it all out on the pad here? I honestly think just watching Eggplant, she's going to leave everything on the pad.
I agree. I think
she's just actively going at it as hard as she possibly can. You're just watching this chat. Look at those foot moves right there. Oh, absolutely clean.
Hits the bracket quad, a very easy stumbling point.
Yep. And I think that this very much suits her style of play, right? Look how clean those double M's were.
It's also, again, a modern chart, which she is, out of the players in this group, by far the one that has the newest to the game. So this is something that she's probably more likely to be familiar with.
You couldn't tell it by the way that she's playing, though, right now.
Of course
Definitely
not.
playing like an absolute seasoned pro. Here we are in 500.
Here is the...
just meets it with 0 issues. Look at that, chat.
These are the tough ones here, where you got your ankle turned in. She's crushing it. She hits the middle pad.
Oh my God! No grades. Drops at the end. You saw her shake her head.
It's a slight stumble. She's still doing great. That miss will not penalize her nearly as much as it would have in the old system. She's doing wonderfully.
Chat, we need somebody to clip that middle performance. Please, somebody grab that, because that was amazing.
Hitting the 24th like it's nothing. Hitting a bunch of crazy twisty across the top patterns. Hitting the broken M run. broken double M run across the pad.
But look at that performance. Oh my word, this is some great pump right now.
She crushed it.
Absolutely.
That was
11.418. Are you kidding me?
A 983.
Absolutely kidding me.
Really, really, really clean play.
Can we get some eggplants in the chat? Like, come on. Come on, chat. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. Eggplant is absolutely crushing it, representing. Like, I'm sorry, that middle part was some of the hypest I've seen through this whole thing.
She absolutely did a great job.
So if I'm Dread, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I see you.
So my guess would be that for Jason, this is a tough. He will probably have an easier time with Witch Doctor and a worse time with the Reverie.
So too.
That would be my guess.
I agree.
It's an older chart that he's probably played a million times in his life by now.
Yep.
And B, it is much more of a chart that suits the play style of a taller player.
Oh, absolutely.
You can kind of get into a wide stance. Those really, really twisty, M-run heavy turning charts and doubles are quite hard for taller players.
Well, even just the inches that you have to get between the different sections, he's going to have a little bit less difficulty with it. And every millisecond counts in the way that you're stepping.
He can close out the space much quicker, but what he can't necessarily do as well is the precise turning. So I think that he will do amazing on this chart and maybe struggle with
But look at how clean he's hitting those inner four right there, just hitting with authority right now. Dread came to play. I wonder, like right there, that's where the stop used to be. And I wonder if that miss came into play because mentally he's still thinking for the stop.
It may have been. It's quite possible.
Because again, he's played it all these times, but he's expecting that, and now it's not there.
Right now, though, he's doing a very good job handling the side-to-side portions well, handling the side portions where you're just hanging out in one place. Good.
What do you think here?
This part's pretty easy. He's going to hit all of this. I think that he's going to more or less combo the ending. He not really having any difficulty though.
No.
Other than one error, no trouble whatsoever hitting the double tap. He crushed it. Yeah, and I'm not surprised. Like I said, this is an old school player chart. He's an old school player.
Right.
It makes sense that he would be able to pull off an incredible score like that. 11 misses on a really brutal D22. Like
you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, he's that. Like I said, that's the kind of chart that he's great at. Now the Reverie is going to be another story.
Right.
We just saw Eggplant get what, a 983K I want to say on Reverie.
Yep.
If I mean. Dread's an amazing player, so he can easily blow my expectations out of the water, but I would not be surprised if we see him more in like the 970s range for this chart.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Both because Eggplant's score was so incredible, but also because, just generally speaking, this is not to his skill set.
Look, you know, Jem actually, we were talking some lore back at TBD3, and he told me, some of these charts in the old days were designed with Microsoft Excel, right? I don't know if that's true or not, maybe it's legitimate, but Dread definitely can execute those so-called Excel charts, right? Where it's just like super, I don't want to say, kind of janky or whatever, but like they definitely have those different twists and styles where the modern ones just flow differently. And like you were saying right there, right at the early, we got an early opening miss. So let's see what happens here with Dread.
So far, he's looking clean. Doesn't have any problem with the bracket quads. The thing about this chart is it's really easy. That part that Eggplant made look easy is not easy. It's really easy to make mistakes in this bracket section that comes up during the gimmick part of the song. And even a slight error there will be Dread's downfall. So let's see if he can hit it as cleanly as Eggplant did.
He does have the advantage of watching what Eggplant did, too, right?
And
seeing like, okay, I know that was a clean run. Maybe that's where I need to go. But again, everybody has different play styles. Everybody has different ways of hitting those arrows, and you can definitely see it on display here with Dread. Look at that. Oh, it's
right
clean.
Now, clean. Still clean. Will he hit the middle quad?
Oh, both of them.
Yes.
Oh, kept
it out
right
of the park.
Step for step with Eggplant.
Doing a great job in the half double section. Okay, now here we go. This is the part that if he will struggle, this is where I would expect him to do it.
Right.
So far, no issues at all.
Just absolutely looks like he's on
Crushing it.
skates.
Yeah. Well,
Almost lost it. Oh, just lost it there.
amazing job, though.
That's fatigue.
I doubted the wrong man.
Yep.
He killed it.
He did.
He absolutely killed it.
But here's the thing. If he wasn't so fatigued right there at the end, that would have been as close to a full combo as we were going to get.
Yep.
Again, only won by 5K.
Yeah, not a huge margin of difference, but
No.
again, it was just a few misses here and there, and that was all it took. And that just shows you, again, the level of play that you have to be at to make top 4 of a tournament of this caliber.
Oh, my word. This is absolutely wild to see.
To make top 4 of a tournament of this caliber, somehow a 983K on a hard D22 is not enough.
Right, exactly.
That's rough. That's life for you, though.
Absolutely.
Eggplant played amazingly, and she'll still get another chance in the redemption bracket. But Dread's performance there on both of those doubles charts was just absolutely remarkable. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Dread and Eggplant coming out of this, I'm proud of both of my performances.
Yeah, no.
Like
for sure.
I'm definitely feeling like, okay, anything can happen here. Again, we're in level 8 still. We're not in redemption yet. All of these players are either going to go automatically top 4 if you win here, or they're going to go to redemption, right? So I've got to be sitting in my mind going, hey, look, I still got another shot at this. Whatever. It doesn't. Right now, what happens is just kind of placement. Like, we're jockeying for position a little bit here, right? Nothing more than that. So next round, you're going to see really who leaves it all out on the back. It's going to be absolutely wild. So
here's my personal favorite, Matt Miller, the Columbus Crusader, the Columbus Crusher.
The iconic glasses and hair. Like, I mean,
everything about Matt is lovable and delightful.
Pure confidence on the pad.
Incredible player. Loves almost every part of the game. Very thoughtful player. Very analytical player. Very serious player. But also someone who has in the last few years really transformed his athletic approach to the game as well. He a few years ago, you could tell that he was not training as seriously, and he has since then lost a considerable amount of weight, put on a considerable amount of muscle.
Oh yeah,
and he looks incredible.
His upper body strength has gotten so much higher in the past few years.
Yeah.
Since I last saw him at Eclipse East, he definitely has been working on that portion of the game. How can I stabilize myself to where I know I am hitting exactly with the precision I want for the steps when they come up?
He is showing up for every event ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But T-Swag right now matching him step for step.
Oh, 100%.
And yeah, I'm fascinated. I've never seen really T-Swag play high level pump, so I'm really excited to watch this match.
Yeah, and you know, typically you see him as a DDR doubles player, as a pump doubles player as well. So even the fact that like he's adjusting to the singles play right now, it shows just how high level. A lot of that is that ICG tech, you know, being able to position yourself correctly, get in place, right, jockeying around. Where do I need to make the turns? Where can I make that slight adjustment and just make the step? So we'll see what happens.
Harukaze, that is correct. One player out of this.
No, actually all three.
Two out of
all
redemption.
Three are going to the redemption pool.
No, all the three losers go to redemption pool, and then 2 out of the redemption pool moves on. She has it correct.
Yeah.
She's saying 2 from the redemption pool go on.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Yes. Yeah, I misread that.
I just saw T-Swag got a miss. I want to say on one of the step jumps here. Oh, he's having a little bit of struggles with the skittles, the skips, but Matt hitting them all very cleanly. Let's see how T-Swag does here in the this ending stream part. If you remember, Dread had a little bit of a problem here. Right now, both players are doing very cleanly. Oh, a slight misstep again for T-Swag during the burst.
Did Matt have a single miss?
Matt cleaned it up. No, Matt didn't have any non-combos.
One great.
Yeah. Great job for Matt. Like I said before when we saw this in the draw, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a PFC on this, and we came very, very close to having exactly that happen.
Okay, chat, can we get some flex emojis in the chat for Matt for that? Can we get some flex emojis? And can somebody clip that? That was amazing. T-Swag kept up as much as he could.
Yeah,
right?
no, he played
in there.
great.
Still played great. Matt was just absolutely cracked on that run.
Yep.
So.
Are those your Skittles, by the way?
They are. Would you like
Can
one?
I have some?
Yeah,
please?
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. They're sour.
Oh,
so
God. I'm fiending, though. I'm fiending. Anything,
no, you're good.
anything to eat.
You're good. Look, I am so happy to be here. Like, look, we didn't know each other before now.
Nope,
but
literally.
it has been an absolute honor and pleasure to commentate with you for these past 2 days.
The same. I'm having a great time. I love doing this. This is as fun as I had hoped it would be, maybe even more.
Yeah.
So I told you before we started, I was like, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little worried. But then also, it's like it's easy to imagine the worst case scenarios, and it's hard to imagine like the best case scenarios.
Yeah.
But thus far, it's been pretty much the best case scenario.
Absolutely.
We've had a great time.
Really appreciate it.
I'm having a great time. Our producer is doing a wonderful job helping us out.
Yeah.
Our producer is
Spaghetti's amazing.
making things really, really, really easy for us, which is great because I don't know anything. Thank you. I don't know anything about stream coordination stuff. So.
Oh my word! No, he's doing such an amazing job. So
yeah, this has been a wonderful weekend. Some amazing pump has been played. Some amazing pump is yet to be played. I personally cannot wait to see just what these players do. Both in the redemption pool when they are scraping and scrapping for those last couple spots, and then in the top four when they have nothing left, that's it.
Just go. Absolutely.
We start out here with we're gonna get T-Swag on Witch Doctor.
Yeah, we got T-Swag on Witch Doctor. Now here, this is his opportunity. Like if we're being completely honest with playstyles and everything else, he not only has the experience, but he also has the ability to switch in those tricky patterns, especially in the middle portions. You're going to see it on display here. He has no problems with brackets on normal circumstances, so this should be a great chart for him.
Very clean so far. No struggles whatsoever.
No. And if you look at that foot positioning, he is hitting consistently.
He got a bad. I think he hit slightly early on the down right arrow of the jump. I think that he was rushing a little bit into the jump into the triplet.
Yep, he's rushing into those as well.
But
let's see if he can regain composure a little bit.
Very solid job, but struggling a bit with these middle parts. Let's see if he can rebuild a little bit here after the slowdown through the this long hard stream. Oh man, it's so brutal.
It really is brutal. This is one of the most brutal charts of the tournament.
It's very very tricky chart because a lot of it is you stick to the one player side or the two player side. There's not a lot of like middle turning stream.
Right.
Instead, you're on one side and then you quickly go to the other side, back forth, and that tests a very different skill than a lot of other doubles charts, which are really middle focused. Yep. He is having a great time, as far as I can tell, with the ending double taps here, the jacks. Yep. He mostly nailed them. It was a very, very, very good run. He had a little bit of a struggle right before the pause in the middle, but an otherwise very, very clean performance. It looks like
a 952K is still really, really good.
And most impressively to me, he was able to get that life bar clear, that stage clear. It looked very briefly like he had gone to nothing. And not that it is relevant to the purposes of our tournament, but that is just an incredibly impressive, gutty stage clear in my opinion.
Confidence boost too, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're seeing a stage break, right? If you're going into that and you're thinking, okay, did I do as well as I thought I did? Right? It's a mental thing now, right? But having that confidence boost to be able to continue to say, no, I stage cleared. I had a little bit slightly high miscount, but I still had a 952K overall.
Yeah,
right? That's a good lead in.
Amazing run that gives some building blocks to go into this. I'm curious again. I always wonder chart familiarity. That to me is like one of the biggest things. I don't know, again, how much. I think of T-Swag as a DDR player. I know he's clearly an incredible pump player, but I always wonder at tournaments like this, when a player who is primarily thought of as a 4-panel player comes to 5 panels, just how well they know the charts. Let's see.
Struggles with another bat on the crosses.
Yep, just a few very early weird non-combos that seem
you have to wonder if he's thinking about the same strategy that you brought up earlier, where it's like, okay, I know that I'm moving into the redemption pools. Maybe he's like, okay, you know, Matt's playing out of his mind. Maybe I just go to Redemption and save some energy here.
I think
you don't think that would be it?
I don't think that anyone in this tournament. I think like that maybe, but I think that everyone else in this tournament thinks at all times that they want to win.
Oh, 100%.
I think that they are always out for blood, and I think that a lot of people struggle, even when it might be discretion might be the better part of valor to exercise it. I think that they all want to do the best they can on every song, and I think he is. I want to see him. I want to see him nail this middle bracket.
Well, look at right here. Look right here. He's doing a great job in the lead-in. Right, he's almost got to 500 or 500. Here it goes.
Here we go. I love watching this part executed. It really is so satisfying. Oh, one non-combo step there.
Right.
But otherwise very clean.
Incredibly clean so far. Very nice.
Hits it all. And here we go into the half double section. Double taps.
Gets it bad as it goes to the outsides, but we're still doing really, really well.
Still, though, very, very solid run thus far. It's the 24th burst.
Yep. And he's still gutting it out. You can definitely tell he is not taking a step off.
No, he's not leaving it out. He's leaving it all out on the field. He's not leaving anything in the tank.
Yeah.
An incredible, incredible run again. Every time I watch people play D22s, I'm in awe because they are so damn hard.
Absolutely.
And a great performance. 13 misses, 963K. A little higher of a great count, I think, than the other players, which is probably going to be the biggest separation between his score and like Dread or Eggplant score. But overall, just still a very, very, very good run. Nothing to be ashamed of, and a good, you know, sign that when they get to the next stage of the tournament, he's still going to be a real player, someone who has a really good shot at you know, busting some skulls.
Yeah, right.
So,
right, like we're gonna come in here and like, look, fatigue's a major factor. He's still competing in DDR doubles as well. Like, and a lot of times when you're competing in multifaceted tournaments like this, you're gonna have those instances that just come up and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. But you still push through it, and
Matt wasting no time. Just immediately hopping on the machine. You saw over here he was doing his lunges, he was getting his stretches in. He's taking advantage of Drake's training, and now he's going to it. He doesn't waste any time picking a song, picking his mods, going right into it.
I'm gonna be very interested to see how he handles the tech involved in those center pieces of this chart, right?
Right now,
that seemed to be the triple point for everybody so far.
He is looking very explosive. There's just a different spring to his step. As good as everyone else is playing, you can tell that there is just a juice in his legs.
He is hitting the centers exactly dead on, the exact same spot. Watch his feet. He is hitting them in the exact same spots every time. It's very intentional with his steps.
Yep, and you can see if you look at his arms while he's playing, you can see the amount of stress that he's putting. Oh,
picks up a miss there.
Slight error, but he's putting a lot of stress on his triceps and letting his arms do a lot of the work in terms of carrying him from left to right, which is really, really a huge leap
into the
good
final
tool
run.
to have.
Let's see how he does.
He's crushing it thus far. He's going to hit these double taps, I believe. I believe he's going to hit them all. Yep.
Just making it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
One grade there, but outside of that, it's been all perfect. And there it is.
There you see it.
That is Matt Miller on display right there.
That was a great run.
That is classic
Matt Miller.
You
can see the quads right there showing off the ability to get that fast up, down, up, down.
9-1-0-1 on Witch Doctor.
Unbelievably good run. Unbelievably good run.
22.
Unbelievably good run. But that's just who he is. I told you, he's my favorite for the tournament. He's been sending me some scores lately that are just incredible. I love watching Matt play. It's always a delight. And again, in the past, when he wasn't in necessarily as good of shape, his ability to his tech and his form was able to overcome some of his other shortcomings.
Right.
But right now, he doesn't have those shortcomings.
Now he has both.
He is basically reaching the optimal version of himself.
Yeah.
He's got the stamina, he's got the foot speed, he's got the leg strength, he's got the arm strength, and he's got the mental game.
It's absolutely incredible.
He's playing great right now.
Totally locked in.
I think it's very realistic to expect a full combo from him here. I think he's got it in him.
You think?
I think so.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I mean, you know, just watching him on that Witch Doctor run, you can't imagine that the Reverie is going to give him too much difficulty.
No, yeah, this chart is much more straightforward, much more like modern and I don't think he's going to struggle with this at all. So far, very crisp, very clean into the breakdown here.
In the 400s.
Yep, he's got no problem here. I don't suspect that he'll struggle with the bracket section at all.
No.
So it's purely a question.
I can't imagine it. Here we go.
It's purely a question of the twist at the end, but we'll see.
This is a nice area to kind of catch your breath. There's a little bit of some tricky steps here with the twist, but overall very forgiving.
For a player who's at this level, this is nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Watch, here we go. 2.
Keeping that rhythm
3,
cleanly, pivoting.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, he got a slight
miss
drop.
at the
I think it was a drop on the freeze. I don't actually know if he missed a note or if he didn't hit the freeze fast enough or let off of it, but otherwise, he's looking great.
Not
He's
letting
hitting
it
the
phase
pivots.
at all.
He hit the
Look at
24th burst. He's doing amazingly right now.
That foot speed is on display right now, skating across the pad.
Not at all letting the one error phase him.
Oh, a couple of
slight errors
there
at the end.
I think that was more fatigue than anything.
That was still a great run.
Yep.
I think that it's going to be more than enough to put him in first place for this group. 993.894.
Yep.
More than enough to put him in first place for the group.
Absolutely.
Excellent performance.
So Matt will definitely advance on to top 4. He's going to take it there.